Y'all, to another episode of the Cinnamon and Spice Podcast.
I rank sweet.
Not a damn thing, honey. I am Ak.
And I'm Nye.
And yes, welcome back, y'all. Thank y'all again for tuning in every single Monday at 6 p.m. Or whenever you are watching this. I do hope it's Monday at 6 p.m. But if you're not watching it, then still thank you for tuning in.
Okay.
Today's topic, again, you should probably have already read the title. But just
in case.
In case you haven't, I wanted to hit on social media, especially in today's world.
Okay.
And you know how we both maneuver differently, and then with the podcast, I think social media is a good topic for us to hit on a little bit. A lot comes with it.
Yeah.
We know that. But when you think about social media, like there are pros and cons to it, but they can look different for everyone. When you think about social media, what are some pros and cons for you?
I think some of the pros is like everybody being able to stay connected. Mm-hmm. Like I know with me, sure. I look at my family, we all over the place.
Yeah.
Got people in Boston, got people in California, got people in like South Carolina,
everywhere.
Like we're everywhere.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that social media helps us be able to like, oh, it's good to know that life is still going good for you. Yeah. Like I do love the connect factor. Mm-hmm. But also the information aspect of like getting information out there. I am so proud of us with the DEI boycott of Target. Because everybody with their what is one day gonna do? What is one day? Okay, when you realize
the stats.
Okay, when you realize how much we spend in one day.
Check the stats.
You'll realize.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll realize. So
agreed.
Stuff like that would not have been able to make the impact that it did without us being able to keep connect. So I do love that.
Very true.
Some areas where I think are cons. Mm-hmm. That whole like new crap of like the AI with shit being switched and like looking a little too realistic. Yeah, nah, they could have kept that. Was not needed. It is harmful in like some areas where it's that understanding what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
And that's just a common theme across social media altogether because it will have people looking like they're living the lavish life. Like, this is a beautiful glass house that is always Windexed up. Like, there's not a beat missing.
Yeah.
Until you see behind the scenes that they can't even afford to live in that glass house. And it's not even their glass house. And they're renting it.
$50,000 in debt. Credit card debt.
Okay, so it's like, there's a big facade that, like, there are people, which... People have always been like that before social media. Yeah. Like, what have they looking like it don't stink.
Yeah.
But what he say? Roses really smell like boo, ooh, ooh. Okay,
yeah.
so.
Yeah. He wasn't wrong. I agree with that. When I think of some of the pros, I like how it, outside of, like, being able to connect with family when we're all over the same. I have family all over the place, so I love that. I love how it has been an outlet for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. A safe place in some senses for a lot of people, and like you said, getting information out there, learning new information, even though I highly always advocate for people fact checking things that you find out on the internet.
Yes.
Because especially in today's world, propaganda is a thing. They rather push a certain narrative than push the truth a lot of the time. So yeah, definitely being able to and also being able to like monetize off of it. Like a lot of people, it's changed a lot of people's lives. Oh, yeah. Essentially. Like, I mean, we're not going to be vain. Like, essentially, we want this podcast to be able to change our life. And without social media, really none of that is possible, right? From YouTube to Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everything. Like, social media can be very beneficial. Mm-hmm. However, it can be very harmful. Like, a lot of the cons, like, even outside
like
of
that doxing that people
even outside of that, I think about how harmful it is to, like, children.
Oh. Yeah.
People don't, like, especially kids nowadays. Like, they spend so much time. These children, they are digital babies. We call them iPad kids, iPad babies, right? I think about how
unsupervised.
And I, like, even just recently when I was on my trip, and just looking at my little nephew and seeing some of the videos that's popping up on the YouTube and stuff, and I'm just like, and this is kids YouTube, by the way. This is not the regular.
Because it'll come off like there's videos that'll come off like they're like it's real
kiddie friendly. But then when you actually
look, you're looking.
I'm like just looking at it
like,
because you know how kids are, they all over the place. So he just leaves the room and I'm just paying attention to what's going on in the tablet, and I'm like, what the hell is he watching? Like, how? Like, what is it? And so I do think in a lot of ways it can be harmful, especially when it comes to predators on the internet and people utilizing their kids to monetize on the internet and to step up, and how predators can use that. Like, at one point it was like this TikTok mom who, you know, they kind of had some controversy around her because they were saying like she was purposely doing these kind of like inappropriate things with her daughter to, you know, get more views and for the payout, not understanding how harmful these things are. Yeah. And you looking at how many people are saving these videos and stuff that have, like, literally you can see how some of this can be a sexual connotation. But
like on Twitter, for example, you post a picture of your daughter and see that, like, it's been bookmarked by 200,000 people. Why? Why are we bookmarking it?
And that's what I'm saying. So it's things like that where it can be really harmful. And even with the doxing thing, it can be really harmful. Like, social media, I see a lot of pros, but the cons can be overwhelming, to say the least. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on, like, AI? Because that is very fresh.
I have mixed emotions on it. And I have mixed emotions on it because I kind of see, I mean, I've seen this coming. Like, I've been seeing this coming since I was a child in iRobot. I've seen this coming. Like, they were technology and, you know, just making computers being smarter and stuff like that, and robots and all of that, is the advancement of it. It's scary, but I see where it can benefit in some ways. However, I feel like it's more harmful than it is beneficial. Yeah. Because especially now it's taking jobs away from people. Yeah. So now that's essentially going to mess up our economy.
Oh my gosh, and them automated voice messages when I'm calling. The fact AT&T, I got a bone to pick with y'all when I get some free time. Bitch, I was on the phone for an hour.
Representative.
I'm cussing out the damn.
I can't get you in. Well, I need to know what's wrong, what your issue is.
Girl, they locked my account.
They
did all that and locked my account. I was fooling with them for an hour and 30 minutes.
Why? Because you couldn't get verified on the phone? That's what I'm saying. And another thing with AI, and I'm happy you brought that up, because my question was, do you think AI is really useful for black people or whatever? And I think that goes to our
they had like the AI woman that was like supposed to portray like a black woman and like give like real girl advices.
Hell no, I didn't see that. I'm actually happy I didn't see that.
No, I don't like it.
I think one thing I noticed is that AI is having a hard time when it comes to creating black people. That's one thing. But I think it's because it's like you have things where like people are using AI to like scam people outside of like I said, it taking people's jobs and it coming in and just like wrecking us. It's putting people in like safety at risk right now. I don't see that many benefits of AI personally.
Yeah. With all the scary stuff that's going on with the AI, I don't see it as something that like what's the point? Right. Like that's another thing where you said iRobot. I'm gonna do another one. WALL-E.
I forget about WALL-E. That was Disney Channel. Right.
He warned us.
He did.
And that one was like a really good one.
I'm gonna rewatch that now tomorrow. Wow, I forgot all about WALL-E. Wow.
Them big people in the damn we just killing our earth.
Literally.
Because what they say, like, even when, like, using some ass, like, they were saying, like, oh, the trees die every time that you use, like, ChatGPT on some crazy shit just because.
I was literally just about to hit on ChatGPT.
Like, they said, like, like, trees are dying every time you use it, but it's because you figure, like, the amount of AC that's required to keep the generators or whatever cool down. Wow. But it's, like, it's just crazy because everything that these people be coming up with.
I don't like ChatGPT. And just breaking the fourth wall, allowing y'all into a little bit when it comes, like, if y'all haven't noticed, we've started to, and you know, if you've been here from the beginning, you know we didn't have these at the beginning. So now that we're getting more into our topics and needing new questions, I tried using ChatGPT for some of it. I hated everything. I did not use a single question ChatGPT gave me. Because I'm like, this sounds like AI.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it doesn't sound like us. It doesn't sound like it came
I can
from
see
us.
when I'm working, when someone's emailing me, and like, because for one, it says at the bottom, if you don't crop it, was used using ChatGPT.
Yes.
But if I let you slide and say I didn't see that at all,
right,
the whole message screams that it wasn't from you.
It was AI.
Yeah. Like our and it's crazy because there's people who love it, who like see the.
It's not us.
But it also, I feel like it's a. Like, you have to understand, like, to a certain extent, it removes the creativity out of it all. Like, I'll be sending messages to my customers.
Personally.
And I feel like they probably, like, you know, it probably could have been a better way, subjectively, to say it. But you have to respect it because it is coming from a true
human
person, instead of something that you know is not a person.
A human. We are taking the humanity out of life.
Yeah.
Y'all are like laying off all these people for AI, but then when people call in and need to talk to a human, people are getting more forced, even more frustrated because we got to go through 8 different freaking AI prompts before we can even get to a human. Why? How is that benefiting you and your company? That's only creating more frustrated customers.
Yeah. And then it also sucks because they're not thinking of the people who aren't not that aren't keeping up with the times. Like older folks, for example. They shouldn't have to be subjected to having to keep everything online.
Digital. Like, get away.
And they hate me because I'm
QR code, menus, abolish
I'm to opt out every time. Like, when it comes to my bank statements, when it comes to my, like, bills, all that, like, I'm opting out every time. No, bitch, you're gonna send me a damn physical letter saying what you want.
I'm not going paperless. I want it all to come to me.
Like, even somehow, like, even my taxes this year, they did that whole, like, I didn't get a physical thing, and I was like, I don't know if I agreed to this, but if I did, my physical W-2, it never was sent in the mail.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I don't know if I opted into that.
Yeah.
But I ain't never opted into something like this, so let me opt out. Because no, I need a physical. And then all of that just for them to have to redo it. They had a corrected W-2. This was my first, and maybe it's because I'm still young. But this is my first time ever in life seeing a corrected W-2 after you got your W-2. What happens if I already did my taxes?
They will owe you. Or
that means that that something is screwed.
Yeah,
but why is anything screwed when it's all been on the damn? And then how can I fact check that? Because what if I'm not? I don't approve of the approved. Correct.
And it's funny you say that. This is a different topic for another day, but it was a little thing going around about like people's taxes not being.
Yes, I seen that.
Yeah. I think that's something to look into.
They stress me out.
Back on topic though.
Yeah, because they stress me out. But
when, outside of AI and kind of like shifting back to just social media in general, because we could really have a whole episode on just AI by itself, for real, because I feel like we both have really strong opinions on that we would probably agree on in a lot of ways. And maybe not, we always don't agree on everything, but I think that is a whole nother topic to really deep dive into AI. But for the most part, y'all get where we coming from. When it comes to social media though, and taking breaks, or, having to manage the whole balance of real life and social media, because how people can get very consumed in their phones and then not even understand that they're so consumed in their phones that they aren't even seeing reality.
They're not in the present.
Yeah, they're not even enjoying the present anymore.
Yeah.
So, I know you take breaks.
Yeah.
I take them, kinda. It's kind of how I go about it. I think I have more like of a balance with my social media than I say so taking breaks. Because I'm trying to, I think I told you, I'm trying to start utilizing being more consistent on my social media so I can build a brand of my own just because of who I am and my personality, right? So that's why when the breaks come through, when I look at breaks, I may take a couple days where like I'm not clicking on Instagram or I don't scroll TikTok or stuff like that. But you take breaks where you may delete the whole app.
Yeah.
So
it's because it's funny because I had joked with my dad about this earlier, but I said, a saying that he always talks about is being conveniently unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he didn't put no parameters around that. So I took conveniently unavailable and I ran with that shit.
Yeah.
So like now I'm so like I don't even need my phone on do not disturb.
Yeah.
Because I already determined you ain't disturbing me.
Right. Okay.
And
you know I'm gonna do not disturb, please.
Girl.
Stay on
but
that.
now I don't even need it because I will see it and just be looking like, damn, guess you're not getting through today.
Sheesh.
And I love that I came to that point because
Yeah,
there
I
used
love
to be
that.
a point where like
Boundaries.
everything
First of
was
all.
getting an immediate response.
Yeah.
Nothing less than 30 seconds. Nothing less. Now, it might take me 2-3 business days.
I like that. I respect that.
And it had to get to that point because even when I think about like, okay, at one point I was posting like every single day on
Yeah, especially
TikTok,
with
and
your
I
fit.
put a
You're
lot.
not so fit,
Yeah,
right?
like I put a lot of energy. I put a lot of time, and then they did that whole. We're taking TikTok. We're keeping TikTok.
Yeah.
We're
And
taking
now it's about to
it
be gone again,
We're
yeah.
keeping it again.
Right,
And
what is
that
it?
whole back and forth,
I don't like that.
baby, you ain't gonna dangle nothing in front of my head.
Right.
So I just got off the app altogether.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people aren't able to do that because they're literally addicted to it
Yeah.
to the point where every 30 seconds they was clicking for it.
Yeah.
To the point where people who deleted the app and it wasn't on the app store was spending thousands of dollars on phones that had TikTok on it so they can click on this app.
Yeah.
I never want to get to that point.
Never.
And I'm so glad I didn't idolize an app.
Right.
Because when they started that whole dangling it in front of my head, damn, just that quick, I'm no longer interested.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think when the whole, referencing the whole TikTok thing, when it first happened and it got off our phones, like, we were up in uproar, and I was like, damn, like, these other apps are kind of lame. But since it, like, after the whole 18 hours of it being gone and it's been back, I've been disassociating
I
myself
haven't been on it since.
from TikTok. I've completely tried to disconnect and not, like you say, depend on that app anymore. Because I'm like, y'all gonna be gone again. I need to not rely too much on y'all for my little dose of
Because were y'all there when
dopamine.
TikTok was Musically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was.
It's
I
just
was.
something about that damn app
And
they
that was
don't
like right
want.
before COVID. Yeah.
Girl,
So
there's
yeah.
something about the app they don't want.
It is. Yeah. I think breaks are important. I think if you're not taking consistent breaks to kind of, or you know, breaks periodically to kind of keep your mental right and make sure you're not falling into that, allowing social media to bring you a different perspective and have you not really being aware of reality, then you just need to find a balance and manage a balance. Because that's what I really be trying to do. Like, I very much live in my real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a personality on social media and I
Yes.
make crack jokes or whatever the case may be, but I very much live in my real life.
Yeah.
Like, I can very much put my phone down
Literally.
and just enjoy my real life and not have to worry about that. But more people need to
Touch
get
some
there.
grass.
But that's why hobbies are important.
Yeah.
Again.
Because outside of, because even like, okay, I'll take, for example, like Dreamville.
Yeah.
When I went to Dreamville, there were so many people who were just on their phone the entire time, wanting to record the whole entire performance. And I'm like, babe, you do realize, regardless of how soon you bought that ticket, you spent at least $300 to be here.
Yeah.
To just record
Enjoy
the
it.
entire thing.
Yeah. Now, I'm not against getting content.
Get some content and
But
then put
put
that
the
shit
phone
up.
down.
Like there be
Live in the moment.
Yeah,
You
like
don't need
you'll
a picture
see
of everything.
Someone who went to a good concert or whatever might be like, oh yeah, well I recorded this. Oh, did you record this set? Oh yeah, I did. Babe, did you watch the
Did you watch the
concert?
show?
Because
Or did you watch it through your phone the whole time?
thank you. Because watching it through your
and
phone.
I'm guilty of that sometimes
but-
with some of my favorite artists.
But realize how much of the experience you miss
yeah.
because you're not in the moment.
Yeah.
Because damn,
Hold
I'm
up that
so
phone.
yeah, and then I'ma test it.
Mm-hmm.
Test it to see if I'm wrong. The last time you went back through them recordings you took.
You saw me.
Yeah.
Well, just the other day, because you know I went to see Boss Man D-Lo, and like literally the day after, like me and Rashad was talking about the set, and I went back through, and then I went back through it too because I had watched my story and
Because
I
you went through a
realized.
couple. We're gonna ask about Beyonce concert.
Oh, the Renaissance one?
Yes.
I've looked back on that multiple times.
Okay, you have
The
looked
one I
back on
have not looked back on is Nicki.
Okay.
I'm,
wait,
but I didn't record a lot of her. I actually lived a
You
lot
was
in the moment. I can
okay.
say that. The ones I did have at the Nicki concert was more so of me, like sitting in the crowd.
And how you are a Nicki fan,
Yeah.
I feel like it makes sense for that concert to be the concert you were in
I was
person.
in that,
You were in
like
person
I was
for
really
it.
in it. Now, Beyonce, I for sure
And
almost
she has
recorded the
notes
whole
that you
fucking
do
show.
want to keep that entire.
And her, you know, she gives the whole show.
Yeah.
So you be wanting some of that. I didn't record the whole show, but I did record a good amount.
Yeah.
But I have looked back on those a couple of times for fucking sure. Now,
Yeah,
when I seen, have I looked back on JT? No.
We recorded a lot.
And we were so lit.
Yeah, we were so.
We were.
I ain't gonna lie. I might post a video.
We were, now for real, that was a good concert though. JT really put on a good show, but I didn't realize how lit we were until I think the week after we went to the concert, and I really did look through the videos, and I was like, at this moment I knew I blacked out because I didn't remember none of the videos for the rest of the night. I'm like, wait, when the heck? You dancing in one of the videos, me dancing in one of the videos, me and other people, and I'm like, even waking up the next morning and realizing how many followers I had gained.
Girl, I was like,
and I was like, who are these people? when did I have the time to follow these individuals?
This is a little off topic, but I will say, JT gave a motherfucking
community.
Yes, it did. It did. Because I was gonna say cookout vibes were
meet and greet,
but it wasn't
though.
a cookout though.
It was meet and greet.
But it was that meet and greet that was necessary because it was just cool. Like even the people that you literally
vibing in the line, vibing in the building.
It was like, all right.
And then we always like taking shots together before the show started and getting drinks, and even one or two of them bought us drinks.
Yeah,
which was really nice. And so yeah, that gave like community and like just like true.
Like dang, I came here with y'all.
Right, the whole time. So yeah, but. How do you think people can like use social media for more of their benefit than just like for leisure?
I like that. Put this down. And I say this from a standpoint where literally because I got so close. Like I got to the point where it was like, okay, I'm starting to get deals. Yeah. I'm starting to get people trying to throw money at me. Like, don't underestimate your power of the people who want to listen to you. And that might be something for me because I just got chills.
It is something for you.
Bro, chill. I'm on a podcast. But I will say like that is something that's important to realize because I'm not even gonna say that I could probably be like a social media consultant, but sometimes when talking to people, they be like, "Oh, well, I don't have content that people will be interested in." I'm like, "What do you mean?
Would you know?
What do you mean?
Post that shit."
Yeah,
people are interested in everything.
Just post it because
I watch people clip toenails. I watch people clean freaking carpets.
Okay.
I still watch Beloved eat seafood. Like I ain't seen her eat seafood a million times already.
Okay, this is the
post that content,
but just post it.
Just post
because at the end of the day, I mean, you might. It has to hit a lot of people who don't like it before you find your crowd.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't mean your crowd's not there. Yeah. There's over 7 billion people in the world.
The people you know are not
half of you. That's the other part. Don't let your the friends and family that's on your page because like my I'm sorry y'all. I have my dad in my life, so he's gonna be referenced. But.
Dad, we know you're watching this.
Okay, because I was thinking about because I did talk to him, but I talk to him every day.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how like his ass.
Yeah.
He got he's like a maintenance man.
Yeah.
And the amount of maintenance men that I see on my page building random ass shit, I'm like, bro, you can post up a tripod and
show the toilet. Just post the content.
You can make a whole line just saying things that you should know before you hit 30.
Yes.
And you would have a whole fan base off of that.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know, like that's why I was saying like, dang, I could low-key be a social media consultant because like the ideas that I can come up with for other people on their page, like bro, like what do you mean you don't think that you're like, you know, marketable or like you're not somebody who people will latch to. Like that's the thing that people underestimate about social media is that it ain't up to you if you blow.
Yep.
But it's up to you if you blow.
Yeah.
Because they have to know that you post content. You gotta be consistent. Yeah, like as long as you posting that content, it'll be there and people are gonna latch onto that naturally. Like
whether they are or they aren't.
And that just means it didn't reach your target yet.
But I will say this. If you ain't got no personality, find what works for you. Some people cannot do it based on personality alone.
No face.
That's what I'm saying. No face, no sound. So it's like If it's not, that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
this, because if it's not your personality, find something that you
enjoy
can
or
do.
yeah.
Exactly. Like even in the
And
gym,
it's not oversaturated. It's not oversaturated.
And I was just about to say
It's
that because I realized at my gym, everybody's a content creator.
Girl, at Crunch, the amount of podcasts.
I am talking about UC. Everybody's recording, okay? And it doesn't matter if these people have 200 followers, 800 followers, 250,000.
Y'all should see how I was posting when I had only 180.
I myself most of now because I work out so much. My For You page is nothing but workouts, right?
Yeah.
And so the amount, I don't follow all of them. I don't. But the amount of videos I share and like, and sometimes I'll comment on it if I really like the workout and I try
new stuff.
Yes, it's new stuff. So it's like, do that. I even sometimes consider trying the whole gym content.
And what I say, do it.
Because, I mean, I show my body every time I leave the gym. Might as well show them what I'm doing. You feel me? But I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, but even in that area, like, you could find an area for you.
Yeah.
Where social media makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do.
That's why I really enjoy, like, even... Y'all, I might be taking clients after this. But even for, like, your... Like, we'll take your social media name, for example. Life of Ock.
Yeah.
Life of Azok.
Life of Ock.
Life of Ock. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was right the first time.
Yeah.
3Ks, don't forget them.
Right.
But with that, but with it being life, there's so many aspects that you can show people and not have yourself in this small little box.
Exactly.
And that's where, like, I did stop making gym content because I didn't, like, I started getting people, so many people, I want a program, I want to do this, I want to work out with you, I want to do that. And I was like, ooh, hold on y'all. Like, a situation brought me to the gym, and I'm letting y'all in on that.
Right.
But that's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not just this damn gym rat. I'm not just this.
I'm
so
way more. I'm multifaceted,
that's where,
baby.
like, I slowed down on the fitness content, not because I don't want to go back into posting content, but because I want to do it where I can open up multiple lanes for myself. Because I'm like, there's so many different layers to me that I want to show people. That it's like, that it's like, damn, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like,
your anime side, you can tap into that.
I'm funny, like,
she is hilarious. I think we're both hilarious. I really think that's why this podcast works so much for us.
Literally.
But that's why I said even going to that while you mentioned my Instagram name, you've seen in my close friends when I was talking, like, before I changed my Instagram name, like, it was a month-long thing before I actually changed my name, because my old Instagram name was Magic Touch Mommy, and even when I changed it to that, it was like a whole mental thing. Okay,
because during that time
I was doing massages, it made sense. I'm like, how do I brand myself so people? And so when I really realized, okay, I don't align with that anymore. What can I change my name to that, again, does not put me in a box, but does open it up to, like, really being able to share different aspects of my life? I like to travel. I like to eat. I love my dogs. I like to work out. I love this podcast. I love my friends. I love my family.
All of that,
right,
and I don't want to be in this box.
I don't want to be in a box. So I definitely think it's
because when you
important.
realize, like, you are the content, you like, and it's
you
not
are the visual baby.
Okay. Like, I ain't even trying to be funny. They coming to see you.
Say, hey,
like, when they click on your little circle or when they click on your name, like, they are coming to see you. And it's not in vain to think about that. It's just, like, just deliver as your genuine self.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. We've been doing this since damn December. Yeah. December from March is a long time to be pretending like you somebody you're not.
Okay.
This is us.
This is
like,
Julia.
This is us.
Raw and uncut, really, because we don't really edit this shit out for real. Like, we really give it to y'all real and raw. Like, we don't practice this shit. We just So this is
like,
y'all ain't got it now. This is who we are.
This is what we got.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, once you realize that, you can move in that.
Absolutely.
Like, even with me, I was thinking, like, my page, like, I'm just thinking about wiping all my pages and starting all my pictures and starting fresh.
Yeah.
And I'm at Hollywood.
Period.
And it ain't even,
as you should,
and
queen.
it ain't even nothing funny. It's
as
just,
you should,
because a lot of people get caught up on the past me that they know. But there is several layers to me. Like,
I'm no longer that person.
I'm not.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Okay.
Because who you thought you know, that baby, and that's another thing, and that's another topic for another day. But give people the room to grow.
Yes,
Give people
and
the room
change.
to change. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. It's just, I mean,
Even though you
fuck
may
it.
think it's negative.
Like, let's be so fucking for real. If I was the same Naja as 18-year-old Naja, 15-year-old Naja,
I wouldn't even.
that
like
would be
me.
kind of scary.
I would not like me.
That would be kind of
Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Like, damn, bitch, there was no growth,
No
no
growth.
development.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't at no point felt like you could do better than what you currently at.
Yeah.
That's scary. And at that point, people die. And that's just that, like,
You are right.
if you ain't got no more progression to do, then fuck it, you're done
Then what are
here.
you doing right?
You're done here.
Absolutely.
So,
Oof, girl.
but that's another topic for
Another day. We're gonna hit on that
Another
one.
day.
Yes, definitely gonna.
So, with that being said, what role do you feel like influencers play in the direction social media is going?
Influencers. Wow. I think there's levels to influencers for sure. I think there's like, just to give off like quick tiers, right?
Yeah.
We have like the
I'm trying to teach you something.
right. Okay, we have the people who are just trying to give information, sell a course, whatever the case may be. You have the influencers who are like just influenced by life, you know, how they live their life, yes, you know, fashion, travel, all that shit. Then you have the influencers who are like funny, like Come On Stage maybe, or Keith Lee's. You know, I think it really depends on the influencer, right? I think today's influencers are really reshaping social media.
Yeah.
I think it is in a good way because it is allowing people.
It's a more personable touch now.
It's allowing people to be more human.
We're getting into a more personable touch.
Absolutely, and so I do think it's pros and cons to it though, because some influencers are so used to the old way of doing things, and they got to be cookie cutter, and they can't be authentic. They got to make sure that. So, but with the ones that are coming and are just being 100% authentically themselves,
they last longer.
They're not getting all dolled up for every video and all of this. Yes, they last longer, and so I think it's helping with people being more comfortable with being themselves online, not having to put on this facade for followers, likes, shares, comments, all that stuff.
Pretending you something you're not.
Exactly. So I think influencers play a big role on social media period, and the way it's going to be going, and how people utilize it, and how people show up on social media. Because like I said, more influencers are falling more into the authenticity of things, and that's what they need to stick with.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make people love you. That's what's going to keep people around.
You always pretending like nothing's going on. As cool as that sounds, that's
we all
not
know you're
realistic.
lying. And we're not asking, like,
Yeah.
some people are out here asking for people's business and expecting to be on your business. I'm not
Yeah,
a
you
consumer.
have to show them.
I'm not that
everything.
consumer who is like mad at you if you don't tell me some shit. However, when you do, you as an influencer, you need to realize when you do allow certain aspects of your life into your platform, you have to realize what comes with that, right? So don't be delusional, don't be defensive, all of that with what comes with you allowing
You
people
open up
into
to
certain
everything
things.
else, but
now,
don't want them to ask
if you don't
about
want
your
to,
kids.
I mean, I don't know. When it comes to kids, if you have never posted about your kids or said anything
That's
about
what
your
I'm saying.
kids,
If you keep them off social media, okay,
I ain't
cool.
mad at you. But if you someone who always posting your kids, and then the moment somebody says something to you or asks you a question about your kids, I'm sorry. You
Like,
gotta
what
know
you
what comes with
expect,
that.
yeah.
You gotta know what comes with that. And invite, that's anything you post. Kids is a quick, easy example, but that's literally with anything you post.
Because that's where
Be
I
aware
am.
what comes with it.
I am very open as a person. Like, if you ask me, you'll know the answer.
You're gonna get the answer.
Yeah, I ain't even
The
gonna
honest
bullshit
truth,
you.
too.
Yeah, like, fuck it, ask me.
Well, depending on who you are.
I ain't gonna damn, like, I'm not gonna volunteer information, but fuck it, if you ask me, you will know.
You'll get the right.
But to that, I'm very, like, although I'm open on social media, you don't know what the fuck going on on social media.
You never know what's going on in my life.
Yeah, like, I don't
for real.
need you to know the
Everyday
exact
ins and outs.
pinpoint, like, oh yeah, this week, last time, yeah, she did the.
Yeah.
You don't need to know all that.
Right.
I might post vacation pics, goddamn, a month or 6 after,
LOL.
just to keep you damn
She
thrown
is
off
that
the loop.
person.
Yeah,
She
because
throws
it's
me
like,
off
because
sometimes.
once again, like,
Oh, wait, I had to check her location. Like,
You
I
like,
know
girl,
this bitch not on a beach and didn't even tell me. Like, oh, this bitch is at home.
it's just finally time for me to release them.
Yeah, no, I like
Because
that.
once again, like, on a safety standpoint, like, I think about somebody like myself. I spend a lot of time on the road.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on the road.
Yeah.
It's scary to know when I'm on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to know.
And people don't need to know where
you don't need to know. All
people
that.
should not know where you're
at
that moment.
You don't even know when I'm clocking in. You don't know when I'm clocking out. And you don't even know when I'm getting home. It's just none of your business.
Yeah. Agreed.
So
Agreed. I'll end you with this one. When it comes just to social media, me and you, our podcast, what are some things you feel like me and you can do better, and how we can utilize social media better to expand our podcast and ourselves too?
Conversations we need to have outside of this. I love it.
Yeah,
but y'all can be in on this.
Not big ones. We don't have to be on big stuff.
I will say, like, cause
we've had small conversations about this, but
yeah. But I've thought about this, like, even with our YouTube, for example. I do want to get to a point, especially with our topics being like, okay, we have topics of substance now. Mm-hmm. Like, we are, like, doing a lot of work on the outside, trying to make sure that these videos are pushed a certain way.
And the content is good.
Yeah, like, I feel like on my end, I'm falling short on the YouTube. Like, yes, we are posting every week like we're supposed to, but we could be manipulating the out of these short reels.
Yes.
Because there are ways where we are, like, there are clippable moments that we could post on it.
Good one.
And that... Literally, and that's why I said, like, damn, I recognize that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to set more time so I can clip, so I can post more on that, like to draw people's attention more, or even like our Instagram, like just doing more posting on there, like or on our personal pages. Like, you do really good on Mondays, like letting people know, like on your
that's where most of my
letting people know that, hey, we got a video coming out on Monday. Make sure y'all tap in.
Right.
I've been on the fence, and I do feel like it's just because I take pride in what we're doing, and I don't want nobody to feel forced to, like, support it.
Mine is just more so a reminder. If you do support,
like, I do want. I do want.
I don't want no fake ass support.
Literally, like, I want the people who
genuinely be here.
Exactly. And because, like, even for my main page, I've been already thinking about wiping that clear and redoing, and rebranding on how I execute myself to people on what they see when they click on my page. That it was like, okay, like, even with the podcast, like, okay, this is something we've been doing since December. I'm not saying that I want it on eyes that are like I only want that shit to be on people who want that for us. And I have a lot of haters on my Instagram that I have to remove and I have to get rid of, and it's just because, like, y'all do a lot of watching. Y'all monitoring spirits, and y'all just want to know what the fuck I got going on. And I necessarily don't want y'all in on that part of my life. Because there is a lot of stuff, like, or a lot of topics that we discuss on here that is, like,
personal.
Yeah, it's personal. And because we're putting it online, we have to, like, be acceptive of the feedback, acceptive of what might come with that. But at the same breath, if I can control who it goes to.
But you can't.
And I can't.
Because of social media nowadays.
Literally.
So it's like, I think we gotta get more out of our head.
It's a mental thing, like, bro.
We can't control that.
Literally.
We just gotta hope, eventually, like you said earlier, we gotta get past all those people who don't really want to be here.
That ain't supposed to even be here that do. Exactly. So it was just one of those things where I want, I'm just trying to incubate that.
Absolutely.
And I don't even think it's like we haven't been thriving towards that. It's just something that we just gotta keep working towards that.
On other platforms.
Because we've been
We work. We are working.
We've been posting every week.
We
Monday,
do
like
not work. We don't miss a week. And even outside of like not staying consistent technically with like Instagram and stuff, whether we're posting or not, me and Nigel think about this podcast like on a daily basis. Like we talk a lot outside of this with plans and ideas and how we want to, like, y'all have asked a lot, and I'll just go ahead and say this about like us getting on podcast platforms. We're working on that, okay?
Yes.
So please, we understand that everybody's not always on YouTube. Some of y'all listen to podcasts on podcast platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Just give us a few more weeks, guys.
Literally.
We will have it for you, but follow the Instagram page so you know when that happened. Make sure you are following us on all platforms so you are aware of that if you are. But we hear y'all.
Yeah.
We are, and hell, sometimes y'all don't even have to say nothing. It's just us. Like, we'll watch a video before we post it on ourselves.
And that's where it's funny. We're so hard on ourselves and on what we're creating. And it's because it sucks. But, like, as Black women, we know we need to execute it right the first time. We don't get harder. Too many.
We got to work 10 times harder.
Yeah, we don't get too many, oh, well, they were having a bad day. Or, oh, well, they just didn't know. Like, so I do feel like that pressure is constant of, like, okay, babe, like, I got to make sure I'm showing up how I'm supposed to. Girl. Because it got to be.
Because the guilt, the anxiety of us posting a 14, what was it? How many minutes was that grief episode?
Oh, yeah, it was 14.
The way I crawled and cringed,
girl,
it was like
when I was editing it, and that's where even with that I was so annoyed because I was like, bro, when we was in the middle of the podcast,
girl,
that was not what happened.
Not what happened.
I'm confused how we end up here.
Yeah, it like watching it, and I remember us recording that episode. So when I seen what you said, I was like, how did this happen?
But once again, not allowing that to stop us.
Yeah,
and that's where
like, we ain't missed that. We still posted what we had.
Still posted. That's all I got for you.
Not much, but
we
y'all
posted
still watched it.
Yeah, and that's where and moments like that are just as important as moments where we can't show up as the version of ourselves that we would like to.
Right.
Because as much as like, okay, I don't want to have a hair out of place.
Mm-hmm.
I want everything in line. It's so unrealistic that yes, y'all have to see it. Like even for those that have been working with us in the beginning, where some of our videos was just doing like this.
Yeah,
baby, I'm sorry, but I didn't know until we got home, and it was too late. I can't read books. It's just too late.
Yeah,
but
we're not re-recording.
But
anything.
The content that we put in it was still good.
The heart was there.
Yeah, like the conversation was there, where it was like, damn, like it shouldn't die here just because this isn't right.
Technical
exactly,
issues.
And at some point it'll be where we're not missing.
And it's all a part of our learning curves. So we just really want y'all to be aware that, trust me, if anything y'all may think y'all noticing that we didn't notice, we noticed it.
Thank you.
we don't need y'all to, thank you if you did slide into my DMs and let me know what you noticed on that little error on that little video. Okay, cool, thanks.
Error on that little.
But trust me, we realized it, baby. We watch these videos before they even go live, so we know.
Yeah.
We just like, there's nothing we can do about it.
They gotta go out anyway.
And they gotta go out.
By any means necessary.
By any means, y'all gotta get the video.
Because on Monday at 6, I know the people are waiting.
We promise y'all a video every Monday. We promise y'all a video every Monday. Y'all are gonna get a video every single Monday.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. So always keep that in mind when you're watching the video. Okay? So, and as like Naja said, we're gonna get better. Trust me, y'all. If you've been here from the beginning, you've already seen the improvement.
Yes.
Like, even in little things, like I said, like with the car. It's like, y'all see the improvement.
But that's where I do say, like, even advice for the people. The first video is the worst video.
Mm-hmm.
But
in your head anyways.
But it has to get out anyways.
Yeah.
Like, don't give yourself that. My manager said that. Don't give yourself the no before the customer do.
That part. Just post that.
Yeah, just do it.
Post that content, y'all.
What's supposed to stick will stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm so proud of us, like our dedication, like the damn girl, we've been going through it. We've been going through it.
It is not a walk in the park behind the scenes.
Trying to produce this content, and like just being consistent, making sure we line up. Our schedules are so busy, like just
trash.
It's just
completely different.
Completely opposite.
And then I don't know, we've mentioned this before. We are friends, guys. Like, we are real life friends,
so even trying to make that,
sometimes
maintain that.
We have to book time just for us. Like, no recording for the podcast. Let's just have a girls' day because we need that. Because since we've done the podcast, most of our times looking up has been for the podcast. Yeah. So it's like, we are putting in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And that is just what comes with producing content. And so if you are someone who's trying to get into content or whatever the case may be, just start.
Yeah.
You will learn as you go. You're not going to know everything at the beginning. We still don't know everything. We still learning. So it's like,
we do what we can.
And I think we're doing a pretty damn good job.
I'm proud of us.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Pat on the back.
A gold star for you.
Yes, Mookie. But yes, thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Make sure y'all are liking, sharing, subscribing, and following both of our Instagrams. Go ahead and put them on the bottom.
Yeah, because I was definitely been putting it there for y'all.
Follow both of those Instagrams. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all are back here every Monday at 6. And if it's not Monday at 6, just make sure you're tuning in every week.
Okay.
But yes, can't wait to see y'all next time.
We love y'all.
Bye.